Alright, it's party time in the studio here on Bondi Radio. We're about to go live with Liam Zollo and Sheena Alexandra. We don't quite know what's going to roll on here. Alexandra. Okay, so I'm going to have the headphones on. We're going to be talking about some cool stuff. You guys ready? Palms
Let's do this, man. Let's do this.
Spaghetti. Oh, yes. All the songs coming to an end. Sheena, this is your debut. Debut.
All three mics on, you reckon?
Debut, is that how it works? Yeah, I'll fire up 3 mics here. We're good.
Okay.
And the beat is coming to an end. We're ready?
Full of energy.
Oh, total disco boogie room in here today. Well, it is for me. The guys are just standing there going, what is going on? So I fired up the Facebook Live on mine. Stacey N. Henderson, feel free to add me as a friend. I love friends. And what else is going on? So we're here down at the bucket list. This is Tuesday. Today is not just a day called Tuesday. Today is your day to choose something. So it's Tuesday for Sheena because she's decided to take my little push of outside the comfort zone and jump online. Say hi, Sheena.
Hi, hello everyone. How are you?
Hello everyone. Yay. So, and Liam Zollo, I don't know if you've been listening in, but Liam is a bit of a superstar when it comes to fitness. He has done Guinness World Records, he's got a book published, which we haven't even talked about. He's got so much stuff online that you can learn pretty much everything it takes to be, I don't know, maybe an Olympic hero, who knows? And Sheena, can you give us a little introduction to you know, how your journey has been to date, what your career has been built on? I could give it, but I'm sure you're going to talk a bit better, so fire away.
Yes, well, first of all, before I start, I just want to say that this is probably the third or fourth time I've listened to the radio, and Stacey, every time you have such interesting, wonderful guests, and today you have Liam, and he's talking about health and wellness, which is something I'm very passionate about. So I'm really excited that you have this show, and I'm really excited that I'm tuning in every week, and I encourage everyone who's listening now to tune in, stop working and listen, because it's incredible what you're talking about.
Thanks.
So as a little bit of background of myself, obviously I'm from the US and originally from California. And
yeah, California. Love that place.
And I started my career as a digital marketing expert. I've been in digital marketing for about 20 years. But about 2 years ago, I decided to change paths and start in the video marketing sector of digital marketing.
Very good idea. A nice evolution. So 20 years in digital marketing, what did that consist of in the old days? Are we talking faxes or what? I mean, 20 years ago, like there was no Facebook.
No.
I don't even, Google wasn't there.
No, I know. I went to school for IDS, which is Information Decision Systems, and that is the way businesses use marketing applications inside their business. And I thought this was right about the time where the internet was just getting started. I actually took a course on how to use Boolean terms to Google Ask Jeeves. Oh, Google wasn't around at this time, so.
You had to search for Ask Jeeves. I remember that guy.
Yeah, and using Boolean terms, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I did want to stay in this field because it was moving forward really quickly. So I first started out with websites and redesigning websites and producing web content, and I was working at a big, huge internet banking solution. So I was helping financial institutions get their banking online, which was quite interesting back then.
Yeah, cool.
A lot of technical aspects that went into that job. And when I moved to England in 2003, I decided to niche myself into email marketing. So email at the time was just getting popular, and I was training businesses on how to move from direct mail to email, and teaching them about the customer lifecycle journey and the various different touch points that you can communicate with your customers on the email channel.
Such valuable information, and I'm sure any entrepreneur out there who is listening, I always like to, in my mind, I always see Tuesday morning as a very valuable piece of time for an entrepreneur. For me, I tend to catch up on stuff on Mondays, and then Tuesdays when I like take on the big job. So if you're an entrepreneur out there tuning in to actually get some entrepreneurial inspiration, you know, I'm sure everybody who's had their own business, unless they're a copywriter by trade, has probably had some battles with email. What do you Yeah, and do you have a couple of top tips on emails?
Well, the subject line is really important. Obviously, that's the first thing that people see, and it's getting to the point where they don't even read. They just look at the subject line and who it's from. So having a catchy subject line. Something that works really well in subject lines these days is the word video. So if you can put video...
Oh, so valuable. Yes, thank you.
That gets about, I don't know, I think about a 45% more increase rate. So if you can start using video in your emails, obviously you can't place your video in the email, but you can place a link to your YouTube or a link to your blog. But video in the subject line definitely works.
It's the most efficient form, isn't it, really? For me, it's kind of like I get entertained and I can, you know, to a certain extent, I suppose I can kind of read the person's body language and, you know, suss out if they're legit or if they're just spinning stuff. And, you know, for me, authentic people was really the only kind of people I've got time for. So I guess that comes across more in video.
Yeah, well, I think it's user behavior too. I think they're evolving to not only reading email, but engaging with the person that they are listening to, speaking to. The content that they're consuming is being consumed differently. They're not reading anymore, they're watching and they're listening.
I wish I had all this information
Yeah.
before today, like a year ago.
You know,
so many more mistakes that I've had.
Yeah, he's looking over at me going, oh man, really?
guys, we are at the beginning though. I mean, we've only been in this digital revolution for 15 years. Social media has changed the landscape quite significantly.
Dramatically.
Yeah, dramatically. The way we connect with people is very, very different than what we did 10 years ago. However, the email channel still is a very primary tool in your toolkit. It is it's the most flexible. You can
you put so much stuff into an email, right? You can have links and you can track everything.
And you can automate it, and it can work on your behalf while you're sleeping.
I like that.
Do you type in free video when you're in your subject line, or just video?
I would not use the word free.
Don't use the word free.
There's some words out there.
There's another mistake.
There are words out there and a lot of images as well. So what happens is when you send out the email, there is spam filters out there. And if you're sending to a large corporation, their spam filters, they're quite tight on what they will receive. And some of that content is attachments and images and lots of other stuff that is inside the email. So I have moved to just text-only emails with video links.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Good. Simple is better, and
it really is. Simple is better. Like if I open an email and it's got, I don't even know how to explain, maybe more than 300 words, I don't really give it that much time unless it's from somebody I'm really interested in. If I'm trying to get something from that person, then I'm going to be like, oh, where are we up to with this transaction, so to speak. But other than that, a couple of lines for me is about as much time as I'm going to give, which is, that's tough. And you've literally got, between 9 and 20 words to get your message across, right?
And I think that the call to action in your email needs to be very clear and upfront. So my call to action now is really driving people to other channels. So if I've created a Facebook post or something on YouTube, the idea is get them off the email onto something else where you can be better engaged and continue this way.
Yeah, sure. And I think actually getting people over to video, for me at least, that's my favorite forum. That's my favorite medium. So I can't, like you say, can't put that in the email, so to speak, but to get them across to the YouTube, whereas where my personal favorite stuff is across. Liam, do you do much in the way of videos?
I've done heaps of videos and set up a few different YouTube channels as well. Just, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm doing it right, or do you have to promote it through emails to get more views, for example, on your YouTube? Is that the goal, to be like the highest amount of views to make money off YouTube videos, or is it just to provide good content? Because that's all I try and start off with. But then, you see other people out there got 1 million views and you're like, well, you're playing a different game. Is that the game to get the most views, or is it just to provide good content?
Oh, well, it's both. Because when you upload your video to YouTube, you can then use that link in blogs and in LinkedIn and in other social media channels that you use. So the uploading process and making sure that it looks pretty from a display standpoint is really important. But there is also a whole bunch of other things that go into using YouTube that a lot of people don't know about.
I learned something very important last night. So did you know that if you call your video I don't know, some code, whatever, and then you upload the raw file with your own personal code or something that makes sense to you. But then, of course, when you go onto YouTube, you can change the name of the video, right? So I would just upload whatever it was that I shot, and then I would go to YouTube and I would change the title that the viewer would see. It turns out that a lot of the search stuff actually goes from the raw file name. So if I upload it with a bad file name, you can't change that. You can change it, and Liam's like, oh man.
I know.
Yeah.
So much to learn.
Something else is that people just upload the video and that's it. They think that they're done, and they're missing a massive opportunity for promoting themselves in the description area. So obviously we've got the keywords that come from the name of the video and the title of the video, but there's a whole description area that you can use for sales purposes and for descriptive purposes and for cross-promotional purposes as well, which is another trick. You know, you want to be also cross-promoting people that you believe in. So Stacey would be promoting Liam, and I would be promoting both of you.
And now that is an epic idea. Let's get this Podlife community and this Bondi community of legends, and let's stitch them all together. Sheena, could you maybe help with that one?
Of course,
that would be so powerful. We have so many legends in this little neighbourhood down here, and Liam coming from the other side of the bridge today, of course. So
I know I'm now a north side boy, so always an east boy, but now a north side boy.
So listen, let's get back to Sheena. So you did that journey because you can talk about your training and your content that other people would just jump all over forever.
Yeah.
So you did that journey and you went through this, a pretty, must be an amazing depth of knowledge in that career. And so you said you made a little switch a couple of years ago and you went into the video. Sorry, what did you say you went into?
Yeah, so I was in email marketing for about 8 years, and at the time I took a little break. I had a daughter, I moved to Australia, dropped out of society for about 4 years, and when it was time to get back into my career, I really didn't want to go back to the old. I wanted to evolve, as I've always been doing, and social media was hot. Facebook had just launched their business platform. It was always used for social purposes, but now they were positioning it for business. And then Instagram popped up, and Twitter popped up, and LinkedIn was always there. And to be honest, I didn't know any of the channels. And
I don't think anybody did.
I don't think anybody. I think there's still a big gap in understanding the benefits of every single one of them, and not just using them solely on their own, but as a collective. There's so many eyeballs out there. You don't know who your clients or prospects, what channels they like. So you need to be present on every single one of them.
Until you find that out, right? And then you narrow it down to one. Is that?
No. You can be present on all of the channels with very minimal effort.
Yay!
It's just knowing the efficient process that you do, and then you have to engage. I mean, the point about social media is not just about getting your content out there, but it's also making that connection and engaging with that person and creating a relationship offline. I mean, that's the way you and I met. I mean, I didn't know Stacey was in video. I met him at a bar for 5 minutes.
It was at this bar?
Yeah, it was at this one. It was a Christmas party.
Ross Dawson put on some, what was it, a futurist talk of some description? It was an entrepreneur's talk.
Yeah, it was around Christmas time, and I didn't know anything about you, and I got your business card, and I did what I do normally, which is add everyone and connect with them on all the channels. And then I saw that you did videos, and I liked what you were talking about, and that's when our friendship evolved, was social media and the power of video. Because if I hadn't seen you in video, I would have not known what you stood for, and I would have not connected with you or been interested in learning more. So,
what do you think I stand for? Can I ask you that live on radio?
Oh, hope, happiness, love. Just fun, and I see that. I went through your YouTube channel yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And I'm very, very impressed with the effort that you've put in, all of the work that you've done. I commend you for being dedicated to your purpose and your passion, because you've been doing it for at least 2 years, and I recognize that you are very special, and you've got you've got the package, you've got the looks, you've got the charisma, you've got the knowledge, and you've got the information that people are looking for. It bothers me that you've only had 5 views on, 10 views on this content, and I truly believe it's a couple of things. First, you haven't uploaded your videos and optimized your YouTube channel properly, which is...
I would definitely admit to that. It is not my technical skill.
it's fine. Not a lot of people know about this. I took 2 courses and I followed the most successful people online to learn these tips. So not a lot of people know this. I had to search for this information. So don't feel bad that you don't know this.
Oh, I don't feel bad. I'm just pushing forward, and there's plenty of things that I'm not good at, but I'm very good at one thing.
Yes, you are good at that, and there's a couple of other things I think that, you know, people don't know Stacey Henderson. They don't know what we do. They just see this guy and he's talking. But unlike Facebook, YouTube, i.e. Google, because they're connected, they're 2 companies that work together, obviously, if you don't know that. They have the same algorithms. So what you do on YouTube, you do on Google for your website. So my point being is that when people are on Google or when they're on YouTube, they are searching for something. They're searching for something. How to have a better life, how to correct my finances, how to change jobs. You know, they are not looking for Stacey Henderson. So that's a big blockage right there. We need to repurpose your content and formulate it to what people are looking for. For instance, you have a whole library of books that you recommend to people. Well, people are looking for recommendations of this book. If you can create a video and talk about a review of this book and then tag on at the end what you do, you're attracting people that are looking for something that they want, and then you're kind of sliding in your message at the end.
Ooh, I actually did a bit different with the book reviews. I do have a bunch of book reviews, and these files have not been uploaded, so I can do it right the first time round. I actually I wanted to answer a big question, or a collection of big questions. So instead of just saying this book is the answer, I actually picked a sequence of 3 books. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but when somebody is wanting to maybe start a business, read these 3 books in this particular order. That is a process that I like to diagnose people's problems when it comes to their business, their money, or their life direction. And you know, my medicine as such is either a course, a process of some description, or reading a collection of books. So instead of just having one book, I actually have a series of 3. Do you think that is searchable? Can people be searching for that?
Absolutely, and I would name one of the videos how to start a business. The second video would be how to become an entrepreneur, and the third one, how to have a passive income.
Yeah,
for
cool.
example.
Sure.
So these are things that people are looking for. You're going to upload your file. It's going to have the raw name there, which is what the searchable term is, and then search keywords inside your description and your title. And then there's other steps that you need to do post upload, which is you've got to watch the video all the way through the very beginning to the very end. So that recognizes that somebody's watched the video and that you like the video. Now, obviously, this is a fake like from you, but Google doesn't know that, and they need to know that this is video is getting engaged and people.
Well, that it's functioning at least,
Yeah.
I suppose. That it's actually answering the
Absolutely.
question, or somebody's prepared to watch it right to the end.
Absolutely.
So the goal is not to grow Stacey Henderson as much as to grow the subject, and then who's behind the subject, for
And
example.
you know, something else
Thanks, Liam. Good point.
that is a very, very good point. And on Liam's point, I think that you should weave in other stuff. For instance, Abraham Hicks. You know, people are constantly Googling for their segments. That, you know, you've got these people that have millions of views just by reproducing other people's
Yeah, I see that all the time. Yeah.
So it's like you want to attract them to you, and then you're going to sell them. Because Stacey, you're the only person that I know that, you know, besides the bigwigs, that have put every single concept into a workshop and an ethos and a way of life. And I think that's a very powerful
Awesome.
position.
Well, look, you know, this show is not about me, but there is something that some listeners probably need to hear. Sheena, can you tell them about what's happened for you lately since you did that questionnaire?
Yeah, so Stacey had me fill out a questionnaire, a micro-niche questionnaire, which I personally think every single person on the planet should fill this questionnaire out. It really, it's a simple questionnaire, but it goes really deep and it takes a lot of your energy. Basically, he asks about 6 questions, and he asks to give 3 examples of each question. And it took me about an hour and a half to fill out that survey, and after the survey I was exhausted and a bit lost. I skipped my yoga and I went to the water, and I just sat there for about an hour and a half, and I realized that what it is that I'm most passionate about is not correlating, or it's just it's not in line with my business that I'm currently running. And the business that I'm running right now is called Be Seen, and it's using video and social media as a way to amplify brands and businesses' messages. But the people that I was trying to attract are not the people that I genuinely spend my quality time researching and spending money on and really have a passion for. So that was a big wake-up call, was that I'm promoting people that I don't really even truly believe in.
Boom.
And I mean,
Boom.
They are nice people, and they're, they may be good looking, but at the end of the day, I don't believe in the materialistic things that they are preaching to their audience, and we're just completely not aligned.
So what's next, Sheena?
Well, I'm here promoting you because I believe in you, and that makes me feel really good. So I'm now aligning myself with people that stand for things that I believe in, like Liam. Like, I would love to work with you. I have some ideas for you.
Yeah.
100%.
Hey, he so needs what you do. That's really cool.
I think I need some help with all sorts of video marketing and stuff like that, so gladly be of service and help.
Absolutely.
Me, we'll help each other.
Yeah. And I'm also very passionate about topics that are quite controversial, and I think controversy right now is important because life is changing very...
Status quo ain't okay, man.
It's not. I went home to the U.S. recently, and people are scared, people are nervous. I'm not pro-Trump, I'm not anti-Trump. I just know that there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, and it's time to start asking questions about our life, about our health, about the way this planet is being run. It needs to be addressed.
Wow, your energy just switched so good when you started saying that. That was epic. Thank you. So, guys, just a quick way to summarize what Sheena sort of had a bit of an insight, I suppose, a bit of a pop moment after doing the questionnaire. The questions are, what are the top 3 passions in your life? What are your, I'm just rattling off the head here. What are the 3 biggest issues in the world you would like to fix? What are the 3 communities you love to be around? What do your friends come to you for help with? And what are the 3 talents you've been paid for a consistent period of 5 years at least in your life? So I don't want you to write those things down and try and do it yourself, because I've been doing this for a very long time, and the way I do it actually produces results. So I did run through those quickly. But the thing is, that what Sheena has discovered is that although she has this incredible talent and she has the ability, her brand is called Be Seen, it's about amplifying somebody's voice, right? So she's got all these different tricks and tips on how to do that. She realized, and it's not that the people that she was working with are bad in any way whatsoever. What she did realize is that her values weren't aligned with her clients, right? Or at least with some of them. I don't know I'm sure you worked with some people who you did love. But the critical thing to realize, guys, is that everybody, you included, you have a beautiful magic talent that you bring to this world, whatever it might be. You could be an accountant, you could be a plumber, you could be a surf instructor, you could be a mom, you could be just somebody who shares the same message consistently with your group of friends, whatever that might be. You have something beautiful that you bring to this world, and it's your gift to the community. And it's just like what I talked about before in that village environment, where that teenage boy gets to have that rite to passage by going to war. It's the same with every person out here. We are, contributing in our special way on a daily basis, and most people do it for 40 to 60 hours a week. So the big question is, do your values, your personal values, have you explored what they are? Because they are written in your past. It's where you spend your time, energy, focus, and money. Your personal values, do they align with the footprint of the company that you're working for? Not the team that you're with, because you might like your boss, you might like your teammates, and you might be enjoying your job, so to speak, because you actually enjoy being around these people who your values do align with. But the footprint of the company you're working for, because you are contributing 50 odd hours of your life every week to the footprint of that company. And if your values don't align to that company, then I don't want you to quit your job, because I've actually had people who have done that in the past, and that's not a good idea. I want you to start building something on the side, a little side hustle, I want you to review the assets in your past. Have a look at who you are and what you've got to offer, and just start being that person. Keep a job, pay the bills, support yourself, make sure that you don't have one leg on your chair like Liam was talking about, because it is important for you to maintain your income so you can pay your bills, because you need to have that happening. So keep your job and start something on the side, and start being that voice of that thing that you believe in, where your values align. You attract that community. Like Liam has been so persistent and so like generous and humble with his knowledge and his sharing with his community, that his network of support is so rock solid, man. Like he's got so many incredible people in his life because he's just been consistent with the same message for so long. So, you know, people in his world, they know who he is and what he stands for, and he hasn't wavered off that. He's had a variety of different ways of sharing that message, quite a lot actually, but that in itself is a consistent thing itself. Do you see that, Liam?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's refined as well. Like what you were saying, is that message is continuously refined. It started off with just helping everyone achieve their goals through fitness, but now it's just simply promoting fitness. That's my goal. So promoting the right ways to be fitter and healthier.
Yeah, and also the promotion of promoting fitness, which is actually something that has been a consistency for a long time. Like your ability to actually turn the amp up on these fitness events with a big, with a big audience. That's something that you're actually quite an expert at. You know how to get on TV, get on radio, get on, in the paper, all that sort of stuff when it comes to, getting that why at the core of your message and connecting with these people and rallying up that support, like you said before. So if anybody out there is looking to put on some kind of fitness event, maybe some beach event, maybe some kind of corporate thing where you want to pull some people together and, up your staff retention, those sorts of things, Liam is a great guy to have in the room when those meetings are taking place, particularly at the conceptual phase, right? So the brainstorming phase, because you've tried so many things.
Oh man, so many things. Failed in so many things as well, and as Sheena was saying about just simple things like the email subject message. I mean, I'm probably making spelling errors when I'm doing it, but that doesn't.
They could work.
Yeah, I mean, look, the biggest thing is just taking action on things, and there's a lot of tools and things that I've failed at the time for the last 11 years that I could probably switch that and make it into a success now, looking back on it. So I mean, we're all from different industries, parts of the industry, in terms of entrepreneurship and business world, but I mean, that's what you have your tools and you have your tools, so I guess that I'm good in some parts as well. So thank you.
Stacey, one of the things that changed my life was your recommendation on watching Start With The Why by Simon Sinek. And I don't know why it's taken me so long to view that video, but that is monumental in the shifts that I'm taking right now.
Awesome. Yeah, Start With Why. And really, Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K. If you haven't seen it, it's one of the best TED Talks out there. It talks about starting with why, because really, that's why we make a lot of our decisions, is because our values align and we want to support that entity.
I want to share with you how me and Stacey came pretty close. Was he actually helped me, because I did the first ever life design workshop. I'm not trying to actively promote Stacey Henderson, but this is why I'm in the room with him today, because he's such a generous guy, and what he's done in the past for me personally. I mean, it'd be silly not to come on and talk about how good he is. So what he did for me was he actually spent some time in his Bondi Junction apartments, and we spent about 3 hours together, because I was just, it wasn't in bad debt. It was just, it's standard debt that everyone goes through. And then what is it, the system that you use now?
It's called Finding Zero. It's looking for the bottom line. The idea is to actually figure out how much your life costs. We did that sitting on the front lawn.
Sitting on the front lawn in an afternoon having a coffee, and I think that at the time I was in a few $1,000s credit card debt, and behind on bills and stuff like that. And then after that, just gave me a really self-realization, and just to see the numbers on the actual sheet of paper and go, whoa, what am I doing?
Yeah, cool.
It was a big wake-up call, and I think within months I was out of debt and saving, and I don't have anything that's negative dragging. I think that those things are like a drag in your life, aren't they? Like if you have a big credit card debt or if you have a HEX debt or something like just it's always sitting in the background.
Yeah, that's
and now I clean that up, and ever since I've seen that, I've gone through that process with him. That's really changed my life as well. So
that's cool, man.
From a different perspective.
You know, it's interesting because it's actually one of your 5 pillars, isn't it? Is the awareness.
Exactly right.
So being aware of where your money is, and everybody has this kind of spaghetti version of their money in their head, and not everybody. There's a certain percentage of people who actually get it under control, and it's really important to know how much your life costs, because you know everybody raves about wanting financial freedom. To me, financial freedom is when fixed and variable expenses are covered by passive or semi-passive incomes. And without knowing how much your life actually costs, that goal is just a pipe dream. Guys, we're going to put on a bit of a tune, because it is a Tuesday morning and you deserve to do a bit of stretches here to get yourself all warmed up. We'll be back in just a bit.
Bondi Beach. This is Bondi Radio.
How you doing? That's cool. You coming to say hello?
Yes.
You nervous?
I stumbled on my words there.
Nah, that's okay.
I was thinking you might have it was like sweet. Yeah.
It's quite fun though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I do feel.
How you going?
I'm good. I'm Hannah.
Liam, nice to meet you.
Liam,
Hi,
Sheena.
nice to meet you.
I'm Hottie's girlfriend who owns the station.
Ah, okay,
and I
cool.
also work here.
So she does the events and events management. It's like you've been for a while, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your name?
Hannah.
Did I speak with you?
There's Sarah as well.
Sarah, I did a meetup once about 6-7 months ago here. She was gorgeous, beautiful. We had her in the back room, and she was really, really friendly.
Yeah, Sarah's great. So she came on board when I went on maternity leave.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I came back because after 4 months.
You're back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Look
And
at you.
then I'm going to get back again.
Yeah.
Back on maternity leave.
The best mum of the year. We should get you on the radio. How to push through.
Oh, no, it's really important to stay fit when you're pregnant. A lot of people kind of don't, but statistically that's better.
I had a lady train with me for the whole time she was pregnant. She stopped 3 weeks before. That's what, and she was doing all sorts of things. And I told her to pull back, and she was like,
Hey, what's
"Don't
up,
have
world?
to do it."
Chelsea, hey girl. Hey Tara, how you doing? Dude, your mum is amazing. I've been hanging out with her a little bit. What's up, Gemma? Missed you, girl. I thought I was going to see you this morning.
That was supposed to be my last birthday.
This is Liam and Sheena.
And then, yeah, like 2 days
And
later,
Hannah.
I was like,
Peeps.
I did Bikram yoga up until 41 weeks. And then the very last day, my teacher was like, I think Sheena's going to pop tonight. It's going to be last time we see
yeah,
her.
yoga's so important. I need to start doing that again. Alright, I'm going to go because I'm probably going to lovely meeting you.
Lovely
Yeah,
meeting you.
listening.
Hannah, nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
See you later, Hannah.
See you soon.
I've got 10 minutes before my car is due in for parking.
10
Can I
minutes.
say hello to the
Did you top it up
audience?
again before?
Maybe I'll
Did you top it up already before?
Hi, everyone.
No, I didn't go out.
Okay.
I don't know any of these people. Yeah, Tara, how are you?
Finish 11.
Yeah, you can hit us then.
Or what do you reckon? I just go until I can come back? I mean, like, put money in the
Yeah,
bank.
we've got a minute. Yeah, let's talk about something else, yeah.
Or do you want me to?
I don't think you're going to get you. I mean, are you?
How far away are you?
It's not too far away. A couple of minutes.
Yeah, just come back in when you're ready and I'll put you back on. We'll just hold space. It's cool.
Are you sure? Do you want me
Yeah,
to
no,
do it?
that's cool. Yeah, just do it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah. Enjoy it. Try to walk fast. Yeah, there was like 1 minute to go before 9, and he was just like walking around. And I'm like, come on, bro. Get out.
So I wasn't expecting that.
No, it's awesome. You're doing great. Thank you. Amazing.
This is gorgeous. I am so incredibly impressed. I love being by the beach.
It's nice, huh? Yeah, so cool. Like, Hodgie actually built this. He spent
Yeah.
40 grand building this.
Yeah.
He got somebody else to build it.
Yeah.
So he's friends with the owners of the bucket list
Yeah.
and the owners of the iceberg.
Yeah, okay.
And they've got this thing going on.
Love
and
it,
there's
yeah.
future plans for it. And
So, are the people on my feed seeing it?
we are live. Tina Zollo. Hey, Liam's just run off to pay his parking, but we got 30 seconds. Hey, what's up, Petra? G'day. Oh, Greg. What up, Greg? Greg, where's your video, bro? Get your video on that group. Oh, 17 seconds. Hitting it live. Not kidding, Greg. I'm watching you, boy. Where are you? I thought you'd come down to say hello today. 2, 1, and we are live. Oh yeah, here we are down at Bondi Beach. If you have been listening in, if you haven't been listening in, what we've had is Liam Zollo talking about the 5 pillars of health, his huge journey through the fitness industry, and how he is completely and utterly dedicated to actually making a difference to the obesity and the depression and anxiety issues going on in Australia. And he's out of the room right now, so I'm going to talk about him. What I love to hear when I hear somebody so passionate and so committed in such a long-term way, and he really does put his life second and his mission first. If you think about the story we've talked about over the last couple of hours, the things that he's gone through in his life, the voids that he experienced as he was growing up, they created the values, and he has not stopped working in that direction consistently for it's 11 years now, but I know he started playing footy when he was 5, and he has been in that scene, and he went through some stuff when he was a teenager, and that created voids, and he sought out the answers, and he found them in community and in fitness, and now he creates community fitness events. So what's in your history? What is it about you that you've forgotten to take a look at? Because usually when people write their resume, the stuff they look at are their professional talents. You know, oh yeah, I'm really good at Excel sheets, all that sort of stuff. But the reality is you have other special things that you've spent your life doing, and you are an expert in a variety of different things. And it could just be that 2 years that you spend watching conspiracy films. Who knows? What's that giggle for, Sheena? But you know, there are a stack of things. Maybe you're always the person that's putting on the Christmas parties at work, even though you're working in in an industrial warehouse of some description. That Christmas party thing, you're always the person that gets the birthday cake and makes the party fun and that sort of stuff. Why not consider that a professional talent? It's never on your resume, I know, but it is actually a good part of why you kept that job. So have a look at all those other things that are in your past and see if you can actually brainstorm why you are who you are, because that will give you solid permission. Converting your life story, your subjective life story, into objective data, so you can take a back step and actually have a non-critical look at your life journey to date, so that you can enhance those things that you love about your story, and pull them up, have a look at what voids created those values, and then create a story around your life, just like a TED Talk, that gives you permission to be yourself and to make a big difference. Sheena's nodding her head, going, yeah.
Well, I was going to say one of my aha moments from that forum was people come to me when they want to have a good time, and I always seem to be up for a good time, partying, whatever. And I don't do a lot of that here in Australia, so I'm going to be making some changes and putting together a networking event to just really relax, have fun, a place for entrepreneurs to get away from the desk and the grind, and so we can party some more.
Yeah,
so
that's
I miss
cool.
it.
And you had a good experience. You came down a couple of weeks ago to one of Rachel Moore's Rainbow Tribe One Space events, right?
She's amazing. I mean, the place was just filled with love and hugs and wonderful chocolate and music and everything. The vibe was wonderful, and I'm very grateful to be invited to that. And
it's a pretty special community, huh?
Absolutely.
Hey guys, you know what I just realised? I haven't mentioned the entire show. Have a look at tuesday.com.au. That's where you can actually next week I need some people to be talking on here. I do have one guy, his name is Mark. He has just finished his book on business, and I'm not even allowed to say the title on air because it's really offensive, which is awesome. Trying to get not trying, but actually getting a bit of a slap in the social media when it comes to the words he's used. So Mark will be on next week, and I'm looking for somebody else to come on, and I'm actually looking to build out the calendar for Tuesday. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you are serving your purpose, coming from the why, putting yourself second in the world first, you're the kind of person I want to have on this show. So go to Tuesday, that's CHOOSEDAY.com.au, Tuesday.com.au. Scroll down the bottom, you can see all the pretty pictures of all the lovely people we've had on the show today, and there's been some super legends. So if you want to get on here and make an impact, you get to talk about your brand a little bit, but really I am going to pull into the why behind your purpose, and really the whole purpose of this show is to inspire people to actually connect to what really matters, because I see too many entrepreneurs who just constantly, like, they chase the money and they don't realize that even the most successful entrepreneurs, once they've made all the money, what do? They turn around and go, what next? What's my purpose? What am I going to do? What's my legacy? What am I going to stand for? So let's write that into the business model right from the start. Save yourself 20 years of pivoting and chasing money only to find out that a Ferrari doesn't make you happy. Okay, so that's what Tuesday is about. So if you understand that message and you would like to share your perspective, tuesday.com.au, scroll down to the bottom, click in there, register your interest, and then I'll be in touch and we can schedule it into the calendar. Liam, how was your little job, mate?
I'm still puffed out. Have you noticed? I'm just standing in the background, not saying a word.
Well, but how about I turn your mic on? That's a good idea.
Oh, there you go. I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a bit puffed out from that little run, and just didn't know that I was going to get a fine or not, so I had to sprint out of here.
You're all good?
Yeah, mate.
Loves
That's my daily workout for the day.
Boom, done. Next, now where's the ice cream? So look, we've got about 10 minutes to go, guys. What should we talk about for 10 minutes?
We're talking about the author thing. I just became an author.
Oh yeah, me too.
Just became an author.
Yours is better than mine.
No, yours is better than mine. Mate, it's called The Humble Hero. So we'll talk about that humbleness out there. So it's about to go on Amazon within a month or so. Just working out the finer details and the back end stuff, which is not what I'm great at. I'm good at delivering great content, not actually doing the back end stuff of it. So it's taken some time, but it's a journey about self-awareness. It's how it's coming up from my childhood and using things in a negative circumstance and recognizing the people in my life who actually became humble heroes in my life to help me get what I want and what I thought I didn't need at the time, but I actually needed. So
amazing. You know what, we were talking about. Well, I was talking about you while you were away, and I was actually just saying pretty much exactly what you just said, and that's what your book's about. That's epic, right?
Yeah.
So who should read it, mate?
It's mainly for men between 29 and 40, just not to take women out there or anything like that, but it's just a journey about me and my life, what's happened in the last few years, and how I overcame simple problems and things that really were life-defining moments. Like, I'll share a quick story if that's all right.
Yeah.
Like, one of the chapters in the book is about bullying and overcoming bullying. So I was a young kid at the time at the Sydney Roosters, and I wasn't making a dent in trying to get what I wanted in the under-20s system. And there was a few guys there that were bullying me at the time, and they would always send me out to go stand on the sideline, and they were players at the time. They're like, go stand on the wing, go stand on the wing. And I got accustomed to standing on the wing so much that I thought I was a winger when I wasn't. I was like a middle player, just a footy fan. That's all right. I was standing on the edge all the time, watching all these people play when I was in the rain, watching them at training. Fast forward 10 years, I got the opportunity to play for the Italian national rugby league team, and one of the guys who was in the crowd watching me in Wales was one of the bullies that kept pushing me to the wing.
Stop it.
All the time, yeah.
Awesome.
He kept pushing me, going, go to the wing, go to the wing. He was doing it at the time because, it was just we're all kids, I was sort of like a 16, 17-year-old kid, and he didn't want me in around that system because he didn't think I was good enough, and that's fine.
Sure.
But I don't hate the person for making me go standing in a position I didn't want. It actually helped me get to a position of playing the highest standard of footy I've ever done in my life and being able to be complete with that. So, yeah, I actually consider him a humble hero, and I know it's funny, but to recognise a bully that gave me some intense pain, I thought as a kid, looking at it now, I'm like, well, what a legend. I couldn't have asked for a better mentor in some ways to not believe in me subconsciously, and not, I thought, even though other people didn't believe me around me, I still believed in myself, and I turned that back, and I actually played a few test matches for the Italian national team. I know I don't look Italian. I know I've got red hair and fair skin, but
did I read somewhere that one of your goals is to buy the Italian team or something?
Oh, mate, I'd love to be somewhat of an investor in the Italian organisation, because they've been giving me so much. I'm coaching now. I'm coaching the young guys, the under-18s, the under-20s, Italian Rugby League Australian background. So that's good for now, and I'll be stoked to get the opportunity, because they've given me so much opportunity in the past to fulfil my dreams. So I'd love to be a part of the organisation part sometime in the future, maybe when I'm a bit older.
Putting it out there like now is a good thing to do.
Yeah, 100%.
Sheena,
Yes.
You're not expecting this, but who would you like to work with? Can you describe the type of people you would like to? So you have the ability to enhance people's voices,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
you can't work with everybody. So do you know how to define the type of person? Because I can tell you there are people listening who are interested in what you
Absolutely.
talked about today. What kind of people do you want to
First of
work
all, they have to be passionate in what they're doing, and they're making a positive impact to the world.
with? Right.
So
okay. So
what-
if I'm passionate about drilling oil, am I in?
No. Sorry, no, you're not in. But you know who is in? My next guest on the Sheena Show, which is
The Sheena Show.
it's a little side project that I'm doing, and I'm interviewing all these quite interesting people. Liam, you'll probably be on the show.
Oh, I'm in, definitely.
Cheryl Schumann, who is the CEO of the Beverly Hills Cannabis Club, is going to be talking about how she cured herself from cancer with using cannabis oil. And
She's got a huge profile, right?
huge, massive. She texted me yesterday.
No way.
She said,
So
"How good."
isn't that amazing? So you connect with the why, and all of a sudden you've got she's like genuinely quite a big celebrity, right?
She's very big, and she goes around the world and she teaches people how to cure themselves from cancer by using cannabis oil. And I truly believe that there's other options out there. So anybody that is passionate about exploring those options, I'm interested in.
Sure. And your process is: do you just do the interview, or do you actually take that content and do your magic stuff too?
I like to make a day out of it. So I would do the interview, but then create a series of clips, maybe tips, 30-second tips to use on social media, and then whatever else they wanted. Sometimes they need a promo video. I can create a 90-second promo video.
Every entrepreneur listening is like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me?"
So juicy.
Yeah. A turnkey solution for that thing I've been trying for 7 years. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's a pretty awesome product. In fact, Sheena surprised me last week with. She was in LA, and I don't know, would you get like a couple of spare hours? And then she sent me this thing, and it's like this entire online course. Actually, maybe I can. Can I talk about that?
Yes, please do. I mean, it's about time. So basically, Stacey has all this amazing content that hasn't been seen because he hasn't optimized his channel properly, but that's okay. What I did was I took some of his content before I left on my US tour, and I didn't work on it when I was in the US. I was too busy. But when I came back, I organized all the content, and it's now a free workshop for anybody out there that wants to get a glimpse of what Stacey is all about and what he teaches. People can sign up, and they can go through the workshop, which is a 10 tips to having a better life. And then inside this course, it also talks about his workshop that he does on a regular basis, which I highly suggest everybody go to. And then he also has other products. I think anybody that completes the micro niche form should purchase some time for you to analyze the results, because I think you've got quite a unique skill in pointing out where people need to be focusing their energy. So in this workshop, you get a little bit of Stacey, you get a little bit of his workshop design, his design workshop, and then the opportunity to work with you on a one-to-one basis.
Awesome. Yeah, okay, cool. I like that. So, Reggie, I know you're listening over there in, where are you? Mississippi? I don't even know. Yeah, Atlanta, I don't know, it could be anywhere. Reggie, let's see if we can maybe link that on the Tuesday page. It's so good to have people supporting me. Thank you so much to everybody out there who has been backing me up. I've been through some intense growth in the last couple of years, and I couldn't have done it without you. So anyone who's listening who's been part of that team, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am doing this for the world, and also for my mum, and also for my legacy. You know, I'm going to be totally honest about it. I want my life to mean something. And so far, I'm actually happy with where that's at. And that's a really nice feeling when the plane takes off. And I think, if this blows up right now, how do I feel? I'm actually totally cool with that. And my purpose is to help people get to that phase, to get to that state where they can just actually be okay and actually pretty proud of what they've created in their life, and as soon as possible. Because for me, when I realized that what I had to share actually had value, I wasn't really in that place in my life where I could see how my life was valuable. And when I got to actually run a workshop and stand up in front of people, and Liam was there that day, when they genuinely appreciated what I had to say. The day that I got home and I looked in the mirror, I mean, I can't even talk about it. It's pretty epic. I want to create that for you. And so therefore, I've created a system that helps you find your micro niche, a finance and daily habits process that helps you sort out the way you live your life right now. And of course, life design is about choosing the best possible future you can imagine. So those are the three things: past, present, future. Those are the products that I put out there. I don't really talk about it on this show because it's all about the other people being amazing. And Liam and Sheena Alexandra. Liam and Sheena, you guys have been great. Technically, according to this, we've got 3 seconds, but I just want to say thank you very much for allowing me to do my thing and for standing for, you know, stepping up and being somebody in your lives. You know, we need people to do that. You know, the earth doesn't care what we do. The earth will just be rocking on whether humans survive or not. But I think if we don't start to take a pretty serious look at the way we're rolling as a larger population, and I know the audience listening here are probably, you know, in that proactive mindset, but we need to set the example. We have the opportunity here. I do believe I have an obligation to serve and to be a voice in this field. So. And I believe that Sheena and Liam are also doing their part. So if you are like that, please go to tuesday.com.au and register just to be on the show. We need to amplify this stuff. And fortunately, we have people like Sheena and Liam. You know, Liam has this ability to create big events. Sheena has the ability to amplify the voice. The team that is just being pulled together here at Tuesday and all around Bondi, we have such a wealth of ability. You know, if we just join together, I do believe Bondi can lead the world in this charge. I really do believe that. Thanks, team.
Thank you so much, man.
Guys, just before we go, is there any website or something that you know, people can go and check you out? I'll just drop a little plug in there as well.
Bescene.digital.
Bescene, B-E-S-C-E-N-E.
.digital.
.digital.
But it's under construction and it should be live again.
That's okay. They can log it in. Cool. And you can also go to Tuesday because all the guests from the show are listed on there. Liam?
You can find me at liamzollo.com. Yeah, I've got a blog happening, a lot of videos happening, so Sheena can definitely give me some feedback on that one. And just providing great content.
Yeah, good stuff. Alright guys, so last but not least, thanks once again to Reggie and to Zoe and to Hodgie for giving me the space to do this. It means so much. Rock and roll. Go and make sure today is something special for you, okay? Make today one of those days that you look back on and do that fist pump and go, damn, that was awesome. Do it for yourself, do it for the world, do it for your mum and your dad. Most importantly, do it for the fish, you know? Because I'm looking at here, this beautiful ocean, and I'm thinking, man, it's like 28% plastic right now. That ain't okay. Let's make a difference. Have an amazing day. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you. Well done, guys.
Pure Class A, high voltage, ultra live and direct.
This is Bondi Radio. Well done.
Yay! Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice job, teams.
I was not expecting that, but...
Well, hope you guys had fun. Hey, Peter, Katie, Petra. Well, that's it from us here in the studio. Sheena and Liam, the Shaliam Stacey Show. Much love. Make today a day worth remembering, alright? It is Tuesday. Do something cool because you have magic to give to this world. Katie, plastic. Yep. You're welcome. You've got leads coming in right now, Sheena. Okay, bye. Love you. And